Let's be honest, there's a certain magic to the Antiques Roadshow, isn't there? It's a comforting Sunday evening ritual for many. We watch as hopeful guests queue up, clutching everything from dusty paintings found in the attic to Grandma's forgotten jewelry box. We share in their quiet anticipation, waiting for the expert's verdict. A gentle smile, a thoughtful nod, and then the reveal, a fascinating story of craftsmanship, a forgotten artist, and if they're lucky, a life-changing valuation. It's a familiar, heartwarming rhythm. But every so often, something appears that shatters that rhythm completely. An object so strange, so out of place that it doesn't just challenge the expert's knowledge, it challenges our understanding of what's even possible. This is the story of one such moment, a moment that left a seasoned expert utterly speechless, and an audience captivated by a mystery unearthed from the dirt of an old coal shed. Imagine the scene. A man stands before Mark Allam, one of the show's most respected and knowledgeable experts. Allam has a quiet confidence born from decades of handling history. He's seen thousands upon thousands of objects, from priceless Roman artifacts to quirky Victorian novelties. He prides himself on being a historical detective, able to decipher the silent stories locked within wood, metal, and clay. But today, the object placed gently on the table before him wasn't just an antique, it was an enigma. It was small, heavy, and deeply unsettling. A carved figure, alien-like in its proportions, with huge, hollow eyes that seemed to stare into another dimension. Its elongated head was unnervingly familiar, reminiscent of modern sci-fi, yet it possessed an aura of immense age. Cradled in its lap was a smaller, childlike form. The entire piece radiated a feeling that was both protective and profoundly sorrowful. A palpable silence fell as Allam leaned in, his professional composure momentarily replaced by sheer, unadulterated fascination. He finally looked up at the guest, his eyes wide with a mixture of confusion and thrill. "This is the strangest, most enigmatic little object I've seen for a long time," he confessed, his voice laced with genuine awe. "Where on earth did you get it from?" The guest, a man who clearly wasn't there for the money, began to share a story as peculiar as the object itself. It all started in 2014, not in a grand estate sale or a dusty antique shop, but during a messy, mundane home renovation. His builders were excavating the back of his property, clearing away years of earth to lay new foundations. As they dug closer to the house, their shovels hit the remnants of a forgotten structure, an old coal shed, long since buried and reclaimed by the earth. And there, nestled amongst the rubble and coal dust, was what he first thought was just a strangely shaped pebble. He almost discarded it, but something made him pause. He picked it up, brushed away the dirt, and felt his heart skip a beat. Staring back at him was this creature, this unexplainable being. "We've had it ever since," the owner explained, "and wondered really what it is. It's a mystery." Allam nodded, his gaze still fixed on the figure. "Well, it is a very, very odd little object," he agreed, the understatement hanging in the air. "It's quite grotesque in a way, isn't it? And it begs you to start asking questions." This is the moment the detective work begins. Allam, ever the professional, put on his glasses, his focus sharpening. "Well, I think let's look at what it's made out of for a start," he mused, turning the object over in his hands. He pointed to a web of fine lines around the figure's neck. "There are a few clues. We can see that there are some fractures within the neck here, which immediately tells me it's not stone." He explained that the extreme hardness, the weight, and those telltale shrinkage cracks could only mean one thing. "This is in fact fired pottery," he declared. This discovery only deepened the mystery. Stone can be ancient, but fired pottery suggests a specific culture, a specific time, a specific artist with a kiln. But who? Scanning the strange, otherworldly figure, Allam let a small, bewildered joke slip. "It kind of looks like a forerunner to E.T., doesn't it?" The comparison was perfect and instantly relatable. The creature's form was so alien, so far removed from any traditional art style he knew, that it felt like it had stepped right out of a science fiction film. Yet the sense of age was undeniable. He then offered his best professional hypothesis, trying to anchor the bizarre object in a recognizable historical context. "It seems to be part of what I would call a fertility figure. In a way," he suggested, gesturing to the small child lying across the main figure's lap. Because you've got what appears to be a child laying across a mother's lap here. But even as he said it, you could tell it was a stretch. This was no Venus of Willendorf.